Alex and I are pledge brothers at USC in Lambda Chi. We founded Kuki Squared during our first semester. We've been thinking, pledgeship just ended, let's have something positive to put our time to. Let's get a business going.
Social entrepreneurs, so entrepreneurs that are Trojans, but that also are focused on social or philanthropic, giving back to the community. So first, let me introduce Barack Fetterman, Alexander Evans-Pfeiffer, come on up. These two are the founders, co-founders of KukiSquared.com. These guys had an idea. It's a very cool idea. It's the square cookies that you saw out there. I'll let them tell their story, but it's got a phenomenal social experience. So I'd like to introduce Lena Evans, who's the CEO of Kuki. Come on up. Why don't we start over here with the young bucks that are fresh out of in their freshman year, and I don't care who, but maybe one of you could just tell the audience what Kuki Squared is all about.
So Kuki Squared is a company that Alex and I started, and for every cookie purchase, one is donated to underprivileged children around the world. Currently, we've donated over thousands of cookies to Africa, China, Costa Rica, Bora Bora, Mexico, and we're currently trying to expand that.
The cookies we have are all natural cookies, unbleached flour, cage-free eggs, and the cookies we donate are nutritious cookies filled with nuts and honey, so they get their daily nutrients while putting a smile on their faces.
We were studying for finals, and he texted me, he's like, hey, come to Doheny. We're both studying for calculus finals. So I get there, and I walk in, I see Alex. Wait, Alex, can I get one of those? I'm halfway through my textbook. Why are you talking to me? He looks just like. And so I throw him a cookie, and no joke, right there. His attitude just completely changed. And we knew, like, beginning of freshman year, we wanted to start some, but we didn't have time with pledgeship. Now it just ended. And so we're looking at calculus, cookies. Which one would you rather do? Cookies. So we spent our next 12 hours doing that. But we did well on the calculus final.
I love it. So explain a little more about how the community benefits, and then maybe you can share on which communities and how you pick them. I mean, tell the audience about how that works.
So we have over 18 beneficiaries around the country, around the world, and all the countries bear listed, mostly in Southern Africa. We predominantly donate there, but we've also donated locally in Los Angeles and San Diego, where we're based.
So that's sort of how we partner with the charities that we donate the cookies to, is charities that I help, and Sentabali, which is Prince Harry's personal charity. So that was just a natural partnership. And he supports so many thousands of children in Lesotho, which Alexander mentioned, which is in Africa. So that was sort of like our first go-to place to donate the cookies, because these children are, HIV positive and they're homeless. So it's wonderful to see the children smile when they have the cookies, and it just brings a little bit of joy to them. But in addition to that, we've donated to the San Diego Rescue Mission, which is another organization that I work with and volunteer my time. So sort of, my charity work has sort of been weaved into the work that the boys are doing, and that's how we find the charities that we donate to.
One of their first customers was my daughter. That's how, again, I found out about these guys.
Thank
you.
Very first customer. So she called me, she's like, Dad, you got to meet these guys. This company's taken off. Isn't like Maria Shriver, isn't she also supporting your guys' company?
Her son, Patrick, is a pledge brother of ours, and we go over there.
See the Trojan Network. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really teaching the boys how to network, use all of our friends, our connections, not use, but sort of engage them, because really this is a slam dunk. Anyone you mention it to, how can I help? You want them on the news, you want them in a magazine, what do you need? So it's really a guarantee, because they're good looking young boys, they have a great idea, they're giving to charity. I mean, how can you say no?
You guys are good looking, I'll tell you.
Aspect. People definitely like the idea that they're giving back, and they know a child. We're not donating 10% like other companies, Newman's and all that. We actually donate a cookie, so when you're buying that cookie, a child is going to get one.
So what keeps you guys awake at night besides homework and studies as it relates to Kuki Squared? What keeps you awake?
Well, working with...
Eating all the cookies and being all wired?
We had these little quarters, and working with Lena is really just such a blessing. I mean, Alex and I go to bed. Undergrads, we go to bed like 2 a.m. And I wake up 7 a.m. and I have 19 emails. I'm like, oh my God, how is she? 1, why is she up that late? 2, why is she working that late? 3, how does she work that fast?
When Bear and I were discussing this cookie company we wanted to start in Doheny, we really felt that it was necessary to give back to the community, and that's why, like Bear was saying, all the effort we put in, it really has, we really see the outcome of that, and I know that for every hour I put in, we can sell more cookies and donate cookies, you know. So that's what really drives me every day, at least.
So what's the primary source that you guys have of selling the cookies, and what are the plans in the future to do that?
We've put up, actually at USC, we sold 2 days back to back. We sponsored the Wajaba 5K, which donates libraries to countries that do not have them right now. And so we sold over $1,000 in product there, donated cookies as well, and then we sold the next day. But right now we're really online. Those are only retailers. We're constantly looking for more retailers and distributors.
I mean, that's the way they'll sustain the company. I mean, it's difficult to have a pop-up shop and just sell $1,000 worth of cookies. They really need sort of mass distribution. So right now we're reaching out to retailers and trying to get them in stores. So then it just sort of perpetuates the business. And obviously, the more they can sell, the more they can give. And at the end of the day, it's a business model, but really the focus too is to give back. I mean, and I've taught Alexander this from a very young age to always give back and help others. So I'm really happy that they have a business that actually does that.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so that's great. So what's an ideal distribution channel for you?
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's.
Okay.
And I believe the CEO of Whole Foods is a USC graduate. So anyone knows him, we would love to have.
Trader Joe's?
Brilliant. Oh, Trader Joe's. Is it brilliant? Okay. So phone number, email. I mean, really, any major retail distributor.
And all their stuff's really expensive, right? So it'll fit right in.
But also, I mean, the more they sell online, the more that they can give also, because obviously there's no middleman. It's straight to the consumer.
Yeah.
So we really try to drive online sales. And although we talked about not doing so many pop-ups and kiosk type sales, it's direct to the customer, and they're there and they're telling the story, and then it's word of mouth, so sort of viral and right on the street.
Hey, so how'd you guys come up with the name?
So Kuki is actually the Swahili word for cookie.
You have different packaging, I guess.
Yes, there's
Okay,
we have
look at it
the
that
6-pack, and then there's the tin, but they're all the square
They're all the
cookies.
squares. Do you
There's
see
6
yourself
flavors.
expanding at some point?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, with this model, we don't see many boundaries. It could be applied. It could be applied to many pastries.
Yeah.
Right now, our main focus for a while is going to be cookies. So.
Did you ever think you'd be in the pastries business?
I didn't know.
Until that wonderful toss in Doheny.
That's great.
To the Cookie Square founders, can you talk about the sourcing of your ingredients? And then, like you mentioned earlier, it's all natural, but can you talk about how you got that started?
Yeah, so our baker has always gone off that model, and we get our nuts from South America, our chocolate straight from Belgium, and then the unbleached flour, cage-free eggs, all imported still to this day, and that's where we get the all-natural. And
Yeah, like we've been saying, it's quality. We have this philanthropic aspect, but if you have a bad product, it doesn't matter. So we wanted to have a delicious cookie, and apparently they're good. So yeah.
All right, well, great. This was good. This was great. Let's spend the next half hour getting to know each other. Make sure you spend time with these guys. Make sure you buy some cookies.